Hello, you are listening to A Woman's Guide, Episode 4. Do you know your purpose in life? Why is it significant to know it and live it? And if you know what it is and you're avoiding it, what's stopping you? Today's episode is Knowing Your Purpose. Stay tuned. This is a woman's guide to reclaiming wholeness after sexual abuse. For all of you listening, welcome to the show. I am Simone, your confidant and guide. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, so each of us, I know this. Each of us has a special gift to bring to this world. Everyone has a special gift to bring to this world. Okay? And this special gift that we have to bring to this world, that we're bringing to this world, is our purpose. Our purpose is our reason and our function in life. Okay? It is how we contribute and how we change those around us and our world for the better. That's what your purpose is. Our purpose is what we do to fulfill a need with our strengths, with our abilities, with our gifts, with our talents. Okay? Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. There's not one person on this planet that does not have a purpose. And I'll explain to you why it's so important to have a purpose. Because knowing your purpose, is very important to your sense of worth. Okay? It's important to your sense of worth, of your fulfillment, of your happiness and peace of mind. Everybody needs something that they can contribute. Everyone needs something that fulfills a need that this world has. Everyone needs something that they can say, this is what I can do. This is how I can contribute. This is what I can fix. This is what I can heal. This is what I can figure out. This is what I can give to you as myself, from myself to you. So that's your purpose. When you don't know your purpose and you don't live it, because you can know it and not live it, but let's just say you don't know your purpose and you don't live it. You then experience discontentment, emptiness, unhappiness, and you just have this general sense of unease. You just have this general sense of unease, you just cannot quite feel good. Okay? I understand that happiness really does come from the moment, but if you are living your entire life without having a sense of where you are supposed to be and where you fit and where your place is in life, where your slot is in life, you're not going to be a very fulfilled person. You're not going to be a very fulfilled person. So it's kind of complex. You can be happy without doing totally nothing. If you're still and you're by yourself and you're with yourself and you're in the present moment, you can be happy. But it's almost like a dichotomy, because if you're not doing anything, you're not going to be happy. If you're not doing anything all the time, you're not going to be happy. So it's kind of complex the way I'm explaining it here, but it makes sense. So if you are not in alignment with your soul's essence, and remember what I told you about the soul in my last episode, with your soul's essence, your soul is what really tells you what it is you came to do. Your soul is your purpose. Your soul is your purpose. Your soul brings your purpose. And if you are out of alignment with that, you're going to be experiencing a lot of problems. I guarantee it. You probably don't realize that if you're already not experiencing your purpose, if you've never discovered it and you've never known it, you can't know that that's what's creating some of your problems. But that's probably what's creating some of your problems. Because I just noticed with my own experiences that because I feel like I've stepped into my purpose now. I just feel it. And it's just the feeling that I have, it's like a feeling of fulfillment. Like I'm like, yes, okay. This is why the heck I'm here. And it's not because I'm not here like I thought before just to suffer and, everything happened to me badly and, things suck. And because I just had that feeling, because I wasn't living my purpose. I was not ready to serve my purpose yet, but I was not living my purpose. So I just overall felt very empty and discontented and just, I just I didn't feel my sense here. I didn't feel my sense here on this planet, on this earth. Why the hell am I here? That's the kind of attitude you have when you don't have your purpose. That's when you're not living your purpose. But now that I feel like I'm living my purpose, okay? I feel like I'm living my purpose now, and this is my purpose, actually. What I'm doing here is my purpose. It's an aspect of my purpose. Not to say that podcasting is my purpose, but what I'm talking about here, what I'm sharing with you, this is my purpose. I feel fulfilled. I feel passionate about it. I feel a drive about it. I feel excited about it. I feel more calm and more peace within myself that I didn't have before. I had all this angst and this just general sense of unease because it's like I know I have to do something, but I don't know what it is. And you try to fill everything in your life with other things because you have this sense of emptiness. That's probably why I used to snack so much. That's probably why I used to snack so much, or also had to numb my mind out with watching crazy foolishness on TV because I needed something to fill myself with. And it was, I think what I was searching for was my purpose. I think I was searching for that place in my life, and I think I finally found it because I feel so much better. You just have this general sense of peace. Even if things don't go wrong or you still have, issues or problems, you feel this ease, this peace underneath it. Because your soul is saying, yeah, you're doing the right thing. This is what you're supposed to do. So things just feel better. Things just feel better. That's what I believe, you know what I mean? That's what I'm experiencing. So, in contrast, if there's something that we can do, there's something that we know we have to do, we have to contribute, there's other things that we can't do. Okay? Or we're just not supposed to do. Okay? It's not that we necessarily can't. It's just that we're not really supposed to do it. And if we do it, this is how you know you're out of your purpose. Okay? I'm letting you know how you're out of your purpose. You feel awkward. You feel stressed. You feel, especially if, this thing that you're doing calls for a personality trait or a skill or an ability that you don't possess. Okay? It can cause you to feel stressed and misplaced and overall unhappy and miserable. You're miserable when you're not in your purpose because you're out of alignment. When you're in your purpose, you're going to be feeling a lot better. Okay? So you can use that to gauge what it is that you're doing, whether you are in your purpose or not, or whether you're even close to it or not. Because sometimes you're close to it, but you're not all the way there. You have the right idea. It kind of feels good, but it's like there's something more that you need to do. So you can kind of gauge how you feel about what you're doing. Everyone has a different purpose, okay? So this is something you cannot expect other people to tell you what you have. You're the only one that can determine what your purpose is. You are the only one. Your mother can't tell you. Your father can't tell you. Your husband can't tell you. No one can tell you. Your friends cannot tell you. No one can tell you because only you know that. If you listen to people, and of course people are wonderful and they give you a lot of insight and a lot of information, but if you allow people to tell you what to do, I guarantee you're not going to find your purpose. For sure. Like you're not going to find it, you're not going to live it. You're not. Your purpose is something that's within you. You have to just trust yourself. You have to get yourself to a certain point where you can trust yourself to know that what you're doing is what you are supposed to do. Okay, like for example, with me, um, there's just certain things that I cannot do. I just can't do it. I tried it, I kept trying it, and it was driving me crazy. For example, like I worked, a job where I had to deal with this really irate person. And while I was doing nursing, I tried to do nursing, but I realized I couldn't do it because with nursing, you have to deal with a lot of miserable people, and you have to clean up after them, and you have to take care of them. And I tried it. I tried it. I absolutely tried it because I said, oh, well, I'm a compassionate person. I'm a person who likes to care for other people, but not in that way. Sometimes you have to tweak it a little bit, You have the right idea. You're compassionate, you're caring, you want to see people comfortable and happy, but maybe you have to tweak it. It's not supposed to be in that way. So I was helping to take care of someone, okay, to provide care for someone, and it was not my cup of tea. I couldn't stand it because I had to deal directly with the family, and this person was very irate and very selfish and very stubborn. And I just said to myself, I said, okay, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is not for me. This is not for me because I'm so absorbent of other people's energy. I cannot be in a situation where I'm just dealing with hostility and anger and stress all the time. It makes me crazy. I lose my mind when I'm around that energy all the time. So I realized nursing wasn't for me. I kind of had that idea already. Whatever. I tried it. Didn't like it. I don't like anything that has to do with monotony, doing the same thing over and over again. I have to be stimulated. I cannot do the same thing and go through the same routine every single time. I need to have a little bit of spontaneity. So I could not continue to do something like factory work. I did a lot of that too. I cannot do factory work. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it again because it's monotonous. You're working in front of a machine and something's coming out of the machine and you have to do this, or you move your hand in a certain way to add a certain part or fix this or flip that or whatever, and it's like all day you're doing the same exact thing. Oh my gosh. I did it. I actually did it for quite a while, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just so miserating for me. You're miserable when you're not in your purpose. You are miserable. You resent your life. You resent your life. You don't want to do it. Why should we put ourselves through this misery? You got to find something you know you came here to do. Everyone is designed to do something. Everyone is designed to do it. To do that purpose. To live that purpose. Everyone's designed for it. So why I've gotten to the point where I'm like thinking, what kind of insanity is it to put yourself in a place where you don't fit? A square cannot fit into a circle. A triangle cannot fit into a circle or a square. Okay? You can't, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be tense. It's not going to feel good. It's insane. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think is the worst thing about living on this planet, is the fact that it's like we have to sit here and force ourselves to do things that we're not in alignment with. We don't have it within us to do it. Some of us are just weird, like myself. I'm just weird. You know what I mean? I can't just do things just because people expect me to do it. It has to be in alignment with me. And mind you, there are times where you have to do things you don't want to do. Okay, fine, I get that. But if I have the choice to choose something different for myself, I'm going to choose to do what is better for me. Because at the end of the day, is it worth it? Is it worth it to come to the end of your life and you're used up and you're bent up and you're damaged and you're miserable and you're unhappy and you possibly have a sickness because you've been miserable for so long, and you know, you regretted spending your entire life doing something you absolutely hated, but because someone wanted you to do it, you went along with it anyway. Oh my goodness. Listen, you have one life. You have one life. One. You don't have two. You have one. If you spend all of your days doing things that you do not like, you do not feel fulfilled doing, you don't have any interest, you have no passion, please don't do that. Don't spend your whole life doing that. There's more to life than that. Is it really worth it to you? I just wanted to say that because, you know what, I've just gotten to the point in my life where I realize, you know what, you have to do what you want to do. You have to do what you love to do. You've got to do what you feel good about doing. You have to do it. It just doesn't make any sense. Any other way, it doesn't make any sense. Even if you make the money, there are people who are miserable. There are people who are billionaires or millionaires, and they're absolutely miserable. Suicidal. Okay? Suicidal. And they have all the money in the world. So do not feel that because of money you're going to sit there and suffer. It's not worth it. It's not worth your mental health. It's not worth your physical health. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Life is too short. Anyway, that's my little rant for today. Or motivational spiel. Spiel or spiel? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to give you a few ways or pointers to help you figure out what your purpose is. This is just based off what I feel or what I've known and what I've experienced, okay? Number one, or the first one, is you absolutely love it. If I didn't give that point away already, I'm pretty sure I did. You absolutely love it. No matter how many times you do it. No matter how many times you do it. Doesn't matter if you stop today and you start again tomorrow, or you do it all day today, or you do it tomorrow. Each and every time it's like each and every time it's like fresh. It's like wonderful, and it's just as enjoyable and fulfilling as the last time. You love it. You love it. You love it. You love it. Nothing will ever stop you from loving it. Okay? Because the reason why I said that I think this is my purpose is because I love what I'm doing here. I love what I'm setting up here. I love the process of it. I love the end result of it. I feel fulfilled by it. I love to speak. I love to talk. I love talk. I love to talk. I love commentary. I love, sermons. I love documentaries. I love, analyzing human behavior. I love analyzing psychology. I love helping people. I love figuring things out and finding solutions for things. Like this is my passion. That is why I feel like I, found my purpose, because I can do this all the time. I can always talk. I don't know what it is. I can always talk. No matter what, I can speak. I will speak. And the funny thing is, if I tell you a little bit about this, but I'm very chatty right now about this, but I think it's exciting to me anyway. But I found that this is how I found out that I'm just meant to speak. I don't know why. I just feel like okay, I shouldn't say I don't know why. I know why. Okay, I'm supposed to speak. I'm supposed to talk. I'm supposed to use communication. I'm supposed to use my voice. Because there's one time I got laryngitis. And for those of you if you've gotten laryngitis, you know that that's not fun. And your throat gets swollen and you become inflamed and you get hoarse and you start losing your voice. So what's the remedy for that? You stay silent. Listen, I stayed silent for one day. That was the first time in my entire life I've ever been silent in one day. And after that, I just couldn't keep my mouth shut. I had to talk. I had to talk. I actually got laryngitis because I was singing too much. So I was vocally abusing myself. My voice is very strong, by the way. Like it's very strong. I've never gotten laryngitis before in my entire life, except for that one time. And I had to stop talking, but I only stopped talking for a day. And after that, I would not stop talking. My voice didn't heal yet. My throat didn't heal yet. It was still hoarse, but I couldn't stop. I could not shut up. So I know, and I had this idea, not idea, I had this realization, okay, I'm just supposed to talk. Like, I cannot be silent. I will not be silent. That's just, it's my purpose. I cannot stop doing it, right? Even, even if it's damaging. I mean, like, it's crazy. I could not stop. I literally couldn't stop myself from speaking. So that's just, just telling you, could not stop doing that. So, that is one thing. So you love it. It's a passion to you. No matter how many times you do it, you don't get sick of it. You never get sick of it. You never, ever get sick of it. Okay? It is something that this is another point that's closely related to that, but it's something that you seem to gravitate towards. You gravitate towards it. You're always gravitating toward it, no matter what. It's like inertia. You don't even try to get to it, or you don't even try to go around it, or try to do it, but you just seem to gravitate toward it. You just seem to gravitate toward it. Or, and I know this sounds a little bit strange, but sometimes, as much as you like it, sometimes you may run away from it, okay? It's a little complicated, but I'll explain to you. But you sometimes run away from it, or you decide, okay, maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know why we do that, but we sometimes run away from that thing that we love to do so much. But it haunts you. It won't leave you alone. It will not leave you alone. Everywhere you go, you see it. You go on the bus, you see it. People say something about it. It just haunts you. That's your purpose. Because I can say that for an example, because not necessarily with this whole thing that I'm doing with the podcast, but another part of my purpose is to sing. Singing is something that's well, actually, let me get to the next point. I don't want to spoil what my next point is. Okay, so the next point is, it may be something that you are scared to death of. You love it. It's your passion. You are happy when you do it, but you're scared to death of it. And what I mean by you're scared to death of it is that you're scared of showing it to other people, or you're scared of bringing it out to other people. Perhaps you don't feel worthy of it. You don't feel worthy of that gift, or you don't feel worthy of that, I would say gift, or that talent. You don't feel worthy of it. Sometimes someone tells you that you could not do that. Okay, so let me get to the point that I was saying, is that, with me, I feel like a part of my purpose is to sing. And it took me so long to sing in public in front of other people, because I was afraid of it. I was scared to death of it. I don't know why, but when I'm by myself and I'm doing it, it's like it's heaven to me. But then when it's like it comes to other people, I was scared to death of it. And I ran away from it. I didn't want to do it, but everywhere I was going, I was being haunted by it. People are saying, "Hey, are you a singer? Do you sing? Do you want to sing at our church?" And I said, I didn't even say anything to this person. I could be standing at the bus stop. "Hey, you look like you can sing. Wow, you should sing at my church," or something like that. Or someone saying, "Hey, your name is Simone? Wow, you know that famous singer Nina Simone? Oh, she was great. Do you sing?" All this stuff, like, it was haunting me. I mean, I literally mean that. It was haunting me. Everywhere I looked around, someone's trying to suggest to me to sing, or I want you to, you must be a singer, or I'm always in the environment where someone's talking about singing. It haunts you, because it's like it's your purpose. So it's like you just keep getting these signs from the universe saying, "Hey, you need to do that. That's what you need to do." It took me so long to sing. But I'll get into exactly why I didn't sing, okay, as I continue on with this information. But it scared me to death. It scared me to death to do it. But it was my purpose. I know that sounds kind of contradictory, but it can scare you to death to do what it is you love the most. The next point is, you have a natural ability and propensity to do it. Talents skills. You just have a gift to do it. You have an ability to do it. You have a natural ability to do it. It's easy. It comes easy to you. It's not hard. It's something that's easy. That's another sign of your purpose, is when you do something, you do this thing and it just comes so easy to you. It's just natural. It's not to say that you don't work at it or you don't master your craft, but you have a natural ability to do it. It's something you can do for free. It's something that you can literally do for free. If you're not scared of your purpose, if you're not scared of your talent, it's something that you can do for free. Because it's so personally satisfying. It's satisfying to your soul. So you can do it for free. So those are the points that I have about how to figure out if that's your purpose, or whatever may be your purpose. Those are the points that I have for you. And of course, it does take time. It takes time. It takes time, especially if you have a lot going on in your mind, you have a lot going on in your heart, you have a lot going on in your emotions and other people, and you've gotten other people's voices in your head. It takes a lot of time and effort. And it takes a healed mind and a healed self-identity and a self-awareness to know what your purpose is, or to find out what your purpose is. Sometimes it's really not so easy. It's really not so easy. It may seem obvious, but it's not so easy all the time. Because, I mean, you could be sitting there and say, yeah, okay, I know my purpose. I know my purpose. Are you sure? Sometimes you think you do, but you really don't. Or you could be close to it. It may not be the full thing. It may not be, all the way your purpose, but it's close to it. It's somewhere in the area of it. And I say this because not everything you do that you are good at, not everything that you're good at or like to do is your purpose. Not everything, because there's a lot of other things that I can do well, but I know that I don't want to do it fully. Or I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Okay? I just don't really want to do it. I can give you another example, which is because the first thing in my life that I discovered that I was good at was art. That was actually the first thing I discovered. There's a lot of things that I could do, but art, fine art. Yes, fine art was something that I've always done, even throughout school, and the teachers, would give me praises about that, and my parents would give me praise, and everybody in my family knew that I was just the artist, right? So anything with pencil, crayons, and paints, acrylic paints, and sketching pencils, and I always used to draw, so I got a lot of, compliments for that. I liked it. In fact, I would go so far to say that I love it. But it's kind of strange. I swear, it's really, really strange. But needless to say, I went to college to do an art program. It was just about like a year program, but I did it for 2. And I did the art program. So every day I was drawing. Every single day I was drawing. Drawing. Okay? And needless to say, I got sick of it. I got really sick of it. I mean, I got tired of that. I got really tired of it. Okay, and then when I left school, I said, "Oh gosh, I did not touch a pencil for another 3-4 years." I literally I'm like, I'm sick of drawing. I don't even want to draw anymore. Of course, I went back to it, but it was like I went years without drawing. So that's just to give you an example, because I'm very good at drawing. I'm really, really good at drawing, but because I was good at it, I thought that's what I wanted to do with my life. But thank God I went to do a year's program rather than going to university and studying fine art and doing it for 4 or 5 years and getting a bachelor's degree. I didn't, you know what I mean? Thank God I did that, because I discovered I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this for a life, like a life thing, a life purpose, or lifestyle. It's not my life purpose. It's not my life purpose. It can be a part of my life purpose in a way where I do it as a hobby. I do it as a hobby because I like it. I like to do it now and then. But it's not something I feel this urge and this push and this impulse, because I have not drawn in a long time. I have not drawn in a long time. And there are times where I literally forget that I can draw. Isn't that crazy? I forget that I can draw. I forget that I'm good at doing it. I forget. I don't think if you have a passion for something or you have a life purpose, you can forget. You're not going to forget. It does not come out of your mind. When you have a life purpose, it does not go very far. You can probably get away with going a day and you don't really think about it so much, but it always comes back. It comes back to haunt you. Quote unquote haunt you. It's a good haunt though. But yeah, it comes back to haunt you. But with art, I can go a very long time without drawing. So I see it as a gift. It's a gift, but it's not a passion. It's not a passion. Okay? Anyway, yeah, I'm very talkative today about this, but I'm saying that now that you know. So I'm saying that if you know your purpose, but you are not living your purpose, or you're not doing it, you're not showing it to the world, you're not allowing other people to see it. And keep in mind that your purpose, when you live your purpose, it does not mean that you have to do it as a full-time job. It does not mean that you even have to do it as a job. It doesn't even have to mean that you have to do it as an income earning thing. But why it is so important is because it is just something that fulfills a need in this world. It's something that you have to give to this world. Okay? That's what your purpose is. You need to give it. It's something you must give to the world because the world has a need for that and you can fulfill that. So you have to do it. That's why it does not stop nagging at you, because it's something like I was saying about me and singing. It's like everywhere I went, people were just saying stuff about singing. I'm like, what? Like, where are you getting this from? I didn't tell you that I like to sing. So where are you getting? How are you understanding that I can sing? Like, it's weird. It's spooky. It's spooky. It does not stop nagging you. But it's something you must do, and it's something you must share with the world. It does not have to be your full-time job. It does not have to be even your job at all. It doesn't have to be. But it's something you have to give away. It's something you have to do. Okay, so anyway. So when you are stopping yourself from doing what it is that you are purposed to do, you have to ask yourself why you're doing that. What's stopping you from sharing your gift with the world, with other people? Why are you hiding it? Why is that? Why do you not believe in yourself or trust in yourself to do it? And I'm going to get to the reasons for that, and then I can explain to you why I was running away from singing. But anyway, the reasons that I've identified why we may not answer our soul's calling or just do what it is we know we're supposed to do. Do what it is that we're passionate about, we love to do, that we're supposed to do. So the first bullet is not a technical bullet. The first point is we have remnants of shame within ourselves. Okay? Shame. Remember what I said about shame? I think in the first episode was that, we deal with a lot of shame, okay? And it could be deep and dark. It can be very deep and dark and very, very in your face, or it can be covert and subconscious. You could just have little remnants of it. I wouldn't say having deep and dark shame is really remnants. It's deep and dark. It's not remnants. But this is especially for someone who knows that they want to do something. They love to do something, but they want to live more in alignment with themselves, but they feel blocked. They just can't seem to do it. No matter what, they just can't seem to bring themselves to do it. Most likely it's shame. Most likely. I would say probably 80% of the time it's shame. 85% of the time it's shame. And shame is to feel what? humiliated and embarrassed about yourself. It can encompass feelings of guilt, unworthiness, inferiority. Shame is a deep feeling. It's a deep and dark feeling. And of course, I have to tie this to sexual abuse. And how sexual abuse can prevent you, if you allow it, to stop you from doing what it is you want to do. Shame affects you greatly, and this is exactly the reason why I didn't want to sing, because I had so much shame. I had so much shame about myself. Okay? So, let me continue with this. Also, and this encompasses shame, because it's feelings of unworthiness or feeling inferior. But it's a little bit different because you feel unworthy or inferior to your purpose. You don't feel good enough for your purpose. You don't feel good enough for your purpose. You don't feel good enough for your purpose. You don't feel deserving of what you want or what you like or the happiness that it brings. You don't feel deserving of that. Once again, this is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse can cause this. Not to say that other things cannot cause this, but you know what I'm saying. This is what this podcast is about. So once again, this is what it causes. Is inferiority, feelings of inferiority or unworthiness within ourselves. And that is most likely, it's a pathology that you have, which is a deeply ingrained idea or belief about yourself. You have this pathology that you're not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm less than. And we feel like the pathology is that we have to be miserable and unhappy. I have to be miserable and unhappy. And of course, within my own experiences, just pertaining to the singing thing again, okay, I didn't allow myself to do anything that would make me feel good, that would make me shine or show my greatness, because I had this pathology that I was just down, dirty, not good enough, trash, unlucky. These are the things that were running on in my mind, my subconscious mind. No, my conscious mind too. But it was just running on so long I didn't notice that it was still running, okay? So it caused me to feel that I was down and dirty and trashy. This pathology I had in my mind. That something must have been wrong with me. Oh, that's another thing. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure you feel like that too. Where something must be wrong with me. Especially when you dealt with that kind of abuse, you think something is wrong with me because something bad is happening to me. So something must be wrong with me, and that's what I had. That was my pathology. That was my belief about myself. Something is wrong with me because of what someone else did. Something is wrong with me, and that affected my ability to do things that I wanted to do because I had this idea about myself that prevented me from feeling good and doing things that I wanted to do because I had to fulfill that belief that something is wrong with me. So I subconsciously avoided things that would contradict what I believed about myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I had to fulfill that belief on some level of wrongness. Because if I did something right, then I wouldn't be wrong, right? So I had to be wrong. Something had to be wrong with me, so I'm not going to do something that makes me feel right. I'm not going to do something that's going to make me shine and feel totally the opposite of what I feel about myself because of the abuse. I didn't give myself permission to be. I didn't give myself permission to win. I'm giving myself permission to win now because I just decided, you know what? I'm going to win now. I'm just going to win. I'm going to win. I can't define what winning is, specifically, but I'm just going to win. I'm not going to lose anymore because I've been feeling like a loser. I've been feeling like I have to lose and, I don't deserve success and I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to be abundant. So I didn't give myself permission to win. That's why I was running away from singing. Because how else does it make sense that you love something so much, okay, that you're willing to do it for free? You love something so much that you can do it and never get sick of it. How is it that you love to do something so much that that's all you think about? That's all you want to do. It brings you into a different dimension when you do it. And yet you don't do it. You don't share it. I developed some really heavy shame, from sexual abuse. I developed some really heavy, dark shame. Even when there were times where I felt I was doing something that I enjoyed, but because I had so much shame when someone would watch me, or they would see me do it, I had such dark shame that I would stop doing what I was doing. I felt embarrassed. I felt humiliated by someone watching me enjoying myself. Think about how deep and dank and heavy that is. When someone witnesses you having fun and enjoyment, when you're indulging in something that you love, and because someone's witnessing you having this fun, you immediately shut it off and, you feel embarrassed and humiliated that you're having joy and you're having fun. And that person is probably having joy watching you have joy. But because you just have this idea, I need to be miserable, I have to be unhappy, you just feel shame for showing your joy. That is a serious, deeply ingrained thing in our minds, pathology in our minds. Deep ingrained shame, okay? So you see why I'm trying to do this about, reclaiming your whole self, because these type of things that come specifically from sexual abuse, it can affect every part of your life. It affects everything. The remnants of it the residual effects of it last for a very long time. If you don't correct it, it will continue. Okay? So that's that about feelings of inferiority or inferior of your purpose. Okay? Or just feeling inferior and unworthy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't just have to be your purpose. And the other point is, you care too much about what other people think. And of course this can be related to feelings of inferiority as well. Okay. And feelings of shame. Perhaps someone forbade you, as if they can forbid you. They forbade you to do what it is that you want to do. Or they say that, no, you're not good enough to do that. You can't do that. I forbid you to do that. Or they're saying you don't have enough skills to do that. Oh, you can't accomplish that. And of course they're being haters, right? You got to know those haters, right? So, it could even be people in your family. But they're telling you do not have the skills, or you're not good enough. They forbid you to do it. And because you are feeling the way you do, you believe them. Or you obey them. Oh yeah, that has everything to do with feelings of inferiority or unworthiness. So instead of telling them, go somewhere, go for a walk, go away, you sit there and you believe what they say, and you take their words as prophecy or as truth. There's obviously something within you, the foundation within you, that is not strong enough for you to know who you are and what you are, to say to them, listen, go somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. I'm still going to do what it is that I'm going to do. Okay? Or else you wouldn't have accepted that. You wouldn't have accepted that. You wouldn't have taken what they said as the truth. if you had a stronger foundation within yourself, if you loved yourself, where you did not already have feelings of unworthiness. And I know also that, especially if you're a person who suffers from people pleasing, I wouldn't say suffers, but you're someone who is a people pleaser, which I have been so much, excessively. I've been an excessive. It's not even just people pleasing. I was an excessive people pleaser, okay? And, whether it's a habit or an attitude that you have toward other people, that's detrimental for living your life powerfully. Because you're doing everything that, and this goes right into what I'm saying, you care too much about what other people think, so you don't do it. And if you're a people pleaser, you don't stand a chance. You're not going to do anything opposing what that person wants you to do, because you're a people pleaser. And of course, people pleasing comes from sexual abuse too. I think a lot of people who are people pleasers, it comes from sexual abuse. Because think about it. You can think with me, right? When you're sexually abused, you were pleasing someone, quote unquote, pleasing someone, right? It was something that you had to do to skip over yourself because you had no choice. You had to disregard yourself and disregard your feelings to do something for someone else. So you learned through this trauma that I don't matter and what I want does not matter. What the other person wants matters. What they want matters. But I don't matter, or what I want doesn't matter. I have to do what they say. That's what the trauma is. When you are raped, when you're abused, when you're molested, what you want does not matter. You don't matter. Right? That's what it taught you. You don't matter. That's what the offender was telling you. I have total domination over you. You're going to do what I say. You're going to do what I expect. Your body doesn't matter. I'm not honoring you. It's about me. So what does that trauma do to your mind? The trauma does to your mind, what the trauma does to your mind is tell you that you are not worth it. You're not worthy. You have to skip over yourself to please someone else. And that carries on to the rest of your life. So that thing is over, but it carries on to the rest of your life where you are pleasing other people. It's just so ingrained and habitual. And especially if the abuse that you experienced was prolonged and frequent, it happened for a long time, it happened more than one time. I really don't know what it's like to be abused for one time and that was it. I don't know if the effects are that damaging. I know there's still going to be damage done, but I don't know how much more damaging it's done when it's prolonged. Okay? I don't know if it's that much more damaging, or I'm not sure. But I know for sure that there's some people pleasing that comes out of that. Okay, there's people pleasing that comes out of that, and you carry that on for the rest of your life if you do not recognize it and you do not see it and you do not stop it. Because it was absolutely terrifying for me to get to a certain place in my life where I told people no. I don't want to do that. I was always saying yes. Okay, I was a yes woman. Everything's yes, because your mind is still traumatized. It makes reference to experiences that you had before, and it may not have any kind of conscious referral to what it is that you went through, but your mind makes these associations. So when you're in a situation where someone wants you to really, really do something, and you don't really want to do it, but because of that trauma, you say, yes, I'll do it. It's so automatic because your mind is still fear. It's in the fear. It's still traumatized because of that. I'm telling you, this stuff is deep. Like I said, it's deep stuff. So people pleasing, because you want to please other people, You can forfeit what it is you want to do in your life. But that's another episode. You know what I mean? That's another episode. People pleasing is another episode. Okay, so that's what I have to say about that. And another reason that a lot of people do not pursue they do not pursue their purpose, they do not live their purpose, is because it's not really convenient. It's not convenient, it seems impossible, it's too much work. But that's another reason, you know what I mean? That's another reason. But I don't think that's really a main reason why a lot of people do it. But sometimes if they're trying to make it a career, if they're trying to make something out of their life with this, they're trying to sustain their life on it, then yes, they would say, okay, it's not convenient, it seems too impossible, it's too much work. That's when they won't do it. But if it's something you're doing on the side, or it's not something that you're getting your income from, you know what I mean? That's not really an excuse. It's not an excuse. But anyway, so you just know that your purpose is worth it. Your purpose is worth it. Your purpose is worth it to overcome these hurdles and obstacles, and to get to know what it is that you came here to do. Okay, just like for the reasons that I've explained, that your happiness, your peace, your joy. Take it from me. Take it from me. You feel a lot better about yourself when you're in your purpose. Okay, so it's worth it. It's worth the time, it's worth the energy, the effort, the struggles, it's worth the journey, it's worth people frowning at you, and it's worth it. Because it's your life. It's your life. You have to make your life the way you want to make it. You have to. You're the only one that can. Okay? It's not worth it to live your life under someone's thumb. It's not worth it to just be a yes man. I know so. Because I know so in my own life, because I saw there's no benefit for it. There's no benefit. There's no benefit. You lose time, you lose energy, you're not mentally okay, you're not emotionally okay, you're drained all the time. It's not worth it. So it's worth it to chase after your purpose, or chase after your goals, your dreams. And also because you place more value on yourself. It raises your self-esteem, believe it or not. It actually raises your self-esteem. It causes you to have more self-esteem. All right? You become more joyful and peaceful and fulfilled, just like I said, with yourself and life. And also, you make a difference. You make a difference in someone's life. When you do what you love to do, you make a difference. Don't ever underestimate the fact that you love to do what you do, so you think that, that's it, and that's all it's going to be. No, you bring something special to someone's world because you do what you love. People can sense that. They can feel it. When you love doing what you do, they can sense your enthusiasm, and it changes their world, and it makes them want to do the same thing, or not necessarily the same thing you're doing, but it makes them want to do what they want to do to make them happy, just like that. Okay, so you make a difference. You change people's lives. And that's why you have gifts to share. That's why you have gifts, and that's why you have talents to share. It's called a gift, right? What is a gift? A gift is something you give away. You share it. So don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Okay? Don't be greedy. Share your gifts. So that's it for today, guys. And thank you for listening to A Woman's Guide to Reclaiming Wholeness After Sexual Abuse. If you enjoyed this, you can subscribe to this podcast to hear more episodes. Next week, we will be tackling the subject, how to overcome defining yourself by shame. Be sure to tune in. Until next time, take care.